The BC Food Processors Association is still relatively young, having been incorporated in 2004. We represent micro, small, medium, and large BC-based processing companies and coordinate common industry activities and resources under one umbrella. The calendar year 2009 has seen steady growth for the association. I'm happy to report that during the past year, the Board of Directors and CEO were successful in bringing stability to the association. We completed our long-term planning and settled into a regular pattern of board meetings every 2 months, interspersed with meetings of the executive. I'm happy that the board could supply the leadership the association needs and is acting in a strategic manner. The board provides the direction, leaving the operational aspects to the CEO and his team.
It was a full and busy year for the BCFPA team. We are now firing on all cylinders and could make great progress. Strategy building was a priority for the board. We hosted 2 sessions, the first kindly sponsored by our member KPMG, and decided to focus on 5 core strategies. Number 1, an effective board of directors. Number 2, effective communication and outreach. Number 3, membership development, industry enhancement, and number 5, government relations. First step was to strengthen the board. Led by Robin, we have a very active and engaged executive and board of directors that meet regularly and give clear direction to the BCFPA. Our specific objectives this year were to bring more processor members to the board and to improve the engagement levels of some board members. Both these aspects were successfully addressed with the help of a board nominating committee. The staff and contractors complement was relatively stable this year. Kathleen Gibson, manager of the meat file, Donna Brendan, membership manager, Adam Ford, office manager and executive assistant to the CEO, Deborah Powell, meat transition assistant program manager, and Angie Froese, meat industry enhancement strategy administrative assistant, made up the team, with Kathleen the link to our field staff and contractors. The BCFPA, with the support of the provincial government, continues to operate 2 programs related to BC's meat inspection regulation. The Meat Transition Assistance Program, or MTAP, provides financial assistance to defray the capital costs of upgrading or building slaughterhouse facilities. Stan Rogers of our board chairs our MTAP steering committee. A 3rd phase of the program was rolled out in 2009. Since its beginning in 2006, the program has committed over $5.7 million in support for more than 80 facility operators. We expect to provide support to more mobile operators and a few more fixed plans before winding up the program in the next year or 2. Deborah Powell joined us in March 2009 as MTAP coordinator. She reported to Kathleen Gibson, who manages MTAP and the 2nd program in our meat file, the Meat Industry Enhancement Strategy, or MEIS. Let's hear from Kathleen.
BC's meat inspection regulation requires all meat for sale in BC to come from a licensed inspected slaughter facility. Abra Bryn, Maria Castro, Murray Coates, and Lance and Shirley Hamblin work on the ground with facility operators. They also provide project leadership in specific areas such as waste management and communications. Art Hamadi assists with public health matters. Aaron Coates, Gavin Hamblin, and others provide drafting services. Angie Froese keeps us all organized. ME's goal is to ensure access to provincially licensed slaughter capacity for producers of all species of livestock. In 2009, we worked with 40 licensing proponents, 35 facilities with transitional Class C licenses, and 36 with A or B licenses. Licensed facilities range from very small poultry, like Paradise Meadows near Courtenay, to mid-sized biodynamic red meat facilities like Pasture to Plate in the Chilcotin. We also have mobile licensed facilities in BC, such as Gate to Plate's Red Meat Mobile, based in Fort St. John, and Kootenay Mobile Poultry, based in Cranbrook. There was a noticeable increase in underground activity in 2009. Policymakers have to balance the interests of licensed processors concerned about unfair competition with the concerns of remote areas unable to afford facilities, and the concerns of small lot producers all over the province wishing to continue with uninspected farm gate meat sales. As implementation partners, we follow the policy direction of our client agency, the Ministry of Healthy Living and Sport. In 2009, we worked with producers in Haida Gwaii, Bella Coola, and Powell River to find compliance alternatives for slaughter for remote sites. This work was led by Dr. Lorna Med, a medical health officer. The remote sites team developed an evidence-based, best management practices, and competency-based training for food-safe on-farm slaughter. BC is one of the first jurisdictions in the world to approach compulsory meat inspection this way. A key goal is to retain livestock production and meat processing for geographically dispersed small communities. In 2009, we also did significant work on slaughter waste management, value chains, and farm use in the agricultural land reserve. We helped negotiate some useful shifts in zoning and assessment policy. We look forward to assisting slaughter facility success and further policy innovation in 2010 as the period of transition under the meat inspection regulation comes to a close.
Effective communication and outreach and membership development were two more core strategies we focused on. We successfully delivered projects such as the BCFPA newsletter was totally upgraded. It is now called Process This and appears mid-month every month. I think you will agree with me that it is looking very professional and brings regular and good information to our members, supporters, prospects, to the whole industry. We have also been able to start taking in advertising to help defray costs. The BCFPA website was also totally reworked and made much more user-friendly. You can find it at www.bcfpa.ca. It carries the latest news and trends, houses oodles of resources, and is regularly and heavily accessed by industry. Two major projects were completed with the help of funding partners, the Investment Agriculture Foundation of BC, Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, and the BC government. An industry survey that resulted in a full industry listing website that can be viewed at foodprocessorslist.ca, and a job board and business development program, we call it Marketplace, that can be accessed at foodprocessorsmarketplace.ca. Our annual Professional Development Day and AGM was rebranded and built out into a successful event called Food Pro West. What used to be a cost to the association has become a vehicle to raise industry cash that we need to match government dollars as needed on projects submitted for funding. It brings our industry together this day of networking, professional development, and we also honor industry leaders and do many more things on that day. Since 2008, we have worked with BC Hydro to sign up food processors to the Power Smart Energy Manager program. BC Hydro has generously offered the services of an energy manager to assess a plant's energy use and help them find savings, often with low-cost or no-cost solutions. This program is free. Members who have participated are pleased with a comprehensive look at their energy use and have seen many benefits. We also grew our committees and got them to engage more members. These are committees like the Executive and the Board of Directors, the Advocacy Committee, Membership and Marketing with the Food Pro West Organizing Committee and the new Sales Committee, Operations and the newly formed Fraser Valley Cluster, a hybrid between our operations and other committees, and a test case for the BCFPA, our Finance and Audit Committee, our Human Resources, and lastly our revived Food Safety Committee. Donna, our Membership Manager, will tell you more.
We added 3 new committees this year: the Food Safety Committee, the Sales Committee, and the Fraser Valley Cluster. The Food Safety Committee started the year with a planning exercise. Vice President Dave Edo led the group through an affinity diagram to focus the group's activities, and then went on to organize a number of well-attended seminars, including pandemic planning with Dominic Lazito from Vancouver Coastal Health, and a roundtable with Craig Johnson of CFIA. The committee has also sent several issues to the Advocacy Committee for further attention. The Advocacy Committee, chaired by founding President Gay Hahn, reviews issues and mobilizes the BCFPA board and staff to best address these issues. The first meeting has led to some breakthroughs. The Operations Committee meetings became so popular that we had the good problem, that we could no longer fit in boardrooms anymore. We decided to offer meetings in 2 locations, the Lower Mainland and the Fraser Valley. The Fraser Valley Operations Cluster has a slightly broader mandate that includes HR and food safety issues. The BCFPA members are welcome to attend any meetings that are of interest. At the heart of the Human Resources Committee is a dedicated group of HR professionals. This committee continues to be a valuable resource for members. The HR managers have also developed their own system of best practices sharing. They simply use the email distribution list to pick the brains of the others. It works very well. For all committees, meetings typically include a speaker on a topic of interest, a processor roundtable, and a plant tour if it's applicable. In the roundtable portion, members can bring challenges they are facing to the group, and many a valuable connection, referral, or best practices shared in this way. Members find a lot of benefit in the committees.
Earlier, I mentioned the new website and services. Donna mentioned all the new activities with our member committees. What we have not mentioned is all the resulting administrative work and the answering of all the inquiries. For that, we have Adam, our office manager.
When you call our head office in Abbotsford, I'm the cheery voice you hear on the other end of the phone. I handle client inquiries, I get information to the right people and make sure everybody is happy. I also publish our monthly newsletter. Nico does the editing. I update and administer our 3 websites, BCFPA, Marketplace, and the Food Processors Directory, and I do the general administration for the BCFPA. Contact me for more information.
We are very busy in the area of industry enhancement. Kathleen reported earlier on all the work done for the meat industry. Donna reported on the work done on the committees. We have also worked on issues and projects such as with the BC Ministry of Agriculture and Lands on the Ranching Task Force, with the BC Agriculture Council on BC Branding and the BC Agriculture Day, the development of a BC Agri-Food Technology and Commercialization Centre. A lot of time went into this. With the Heart and Stroke Foundation on the Interprovincial Trans Fats Advisory Committee, the Produce to Remote Communities Project, the development of a BC Wine and Culinary Centre, the Obesity Reduction Strategy for the province, with partners the Investment Agriculture Foundation of BC on a 2010 video that was delivered in time for the Olympic Games, showcase of BC projects and climate action, growing forward with the BC Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, food safety scoping with the BC Ministries of Agriculture and Lands and of Healthy Living and Sport, the Canadian Food Processing Industry Roundtable with Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada. Our partners have been many, including the BC Food Processors Health and Safety Council, the BC Agriculture Council, the BC Ministries of Healthy Living and Sport, of Agriculture and Lands, of Advanced Education and Labour Market Development, of Community Development, of Health and of the Environment, the Canadian Council of Grocery Distributors, Investment Agriculture Foundation of BC, the BC Innovation Council, the Small Scale Food Processors Association, the Western Canadian Functional Food Network, and federally with Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, with Health Canada, with the Canadian Council of Food Processors, and the Food Processing HR Council, and others. We are also working with our neighbours and peers, such as the Alberta Food Processors Association and the Northwest Food Processors out of Portland, Oregon. We may be a small group of staff and contractors, but our projects go far and wide in serving the industry.
I'm happy to see the association continuing to grow in size, strength, and effectiveness. I'm sure you share my confidence in the future of our association. We look forward to continuing to help BC's food processors. And thank you for your support. Let's all grow together.